Welcome to Small Steps. My name is Seth Potts and I want to show you how to combine data from multiple cells into one cell using the concatenate function, the ampersand symbol, and the textjoin function. Let's say you have some data that's split into multiple columns, but you would like them to be together in one field. There are several ways you could accomplish this without having to retype everything yourself. The first one is using the concatenate function. So when we go up here where we're going to add the function in, you might notice when you start typing it in, depending on what version of Excel you have, there are two different options here, concat and concatenate. If you're on, I believe it's 2019 and newer, you would see both of these. If you're on an older version than that, you'll just have this concatenate. These do both still function, and the differences are fairly minor in what the update is on it. The update with it is that you can select a range if you're going to combine everything together. But for that, you won't be able to add any spaces or anything like that. It would literally smash everything together. But if that is what you're doing, is just adding multiple cells together without any space or separation between them, this newer function concat would work well for that. So you can use either one of these, but I'll go ahead and use the original version here just to show you. So the way this function works is you'll start with the first cell that you want to be combined here. So we'll go with A2. Now with these I do want to add a space between them, and you can add anything else you want here. You could add a slash, a hyphen, anything like that. So when you add a space, you do quotation marks with a space in between, and then you'll select the next cell that you want to add, and we'll add another space. So you do have to add every one of these spaces in this, and then you just close parentheses. So as you can see here, we got 1, 2, 3, those three cells with the spaces between. And when you click enter, you see they're combined into one cell here. And just like any other formula or function like this, you can double click on this bottom right corner or click and drag it down as far as you want to go. Another way you can combine multiple cells into one is using the ampersand symbol. It functions quite a bit like the concatenate function here. You'll start with the equal sign. Instead of typing in a function or anything like that, you start straight with the first cell that you want to add. Now instead of using a comma to separate out and go straight to the next one, you'll use the ampersand instead. You do have to add spaces, anything else like that, the same way with quotation marks and a space between. And then you'll add the next cell, ampersand, another space, ampersand, and then the last one here. There's no parentheses or anything like that, so kind of like before, you see the three cells we're wanting to add and the two spaces between. You click enter, you see they look the same there, and just like the last one before, you can double click or drag down, same results there. And one more newer function that has been added in 2019 is textjoin. Now with the concatenate and the ampersand, you had to put those spaces in between every single cell that you added. What textjoin does is eliminates the need to add every single one of those. You can add right up front. If there's going to be one type of delimiter between each of those cells, you could just add it up front. So in this, we did the space, so we will add that up front here. This next, ignore empty, you can highlight a whole range of items here. If there are some blank cells in there, you say, yeah, you want to ignore those, or no, you want to include them and add that extra delimiter in there between that. For this, it won't matter because we don't have any of those. And then we get into the text. So like I said, you could highlight a whole range. So if all of your information is right here in a row, you could just select all that, close parentheses, so we have the space and the range, and it goes ahead and adds that in there. Just like the others, we'll populate that down. Now, a little bit of bonus here. You noticed in all of these, they have some weird spacing. So sometimes when you get information in like this and there's these weird spaces, one trick you could do is add the trim function. Now you can add multiple functions together, so we'll go ahead and add this to the beginning. It's just trim, and you'll just close parentheses around the end of it. We added that trim, this parentheses, and that around the formula that we've already done here. You click enter, and you notice it looks the same there, but when you select it all the way down, you notice it removes all those extra spaces, and you can use that on any of these versions that we had to concatenate the ampersand and textjoin everything together here. So the next time you get information in that's separated out and you want to combine it together, you have several options of how to combine those into one single cell. If you found this tutorial helpful and would like to see more, Click like and subscribe below and be on the lookout for more videos. The next one coming up will be over sorting and filtering. I look forward to seeing you then.